Hey, what is going on, everybody? How's your day going? My day is fantastic, as always. Now, today, got some more Gems of War. I'm going to be doing today a video on just a bunch of tips that they don't tell you. In the tutorial, they just basically show you exactly how the game mechanics work. Lots of things that they don't tell you. Obviously, I'm not that far into the game. Like, level 113, I've put, I don't know how many hours in. I mean, a good amount of time already, but not enough to show you guys things like Soul Forge and all that. So I'll definitely be doing another one of these videos later in time. But, alright, so here, we're just going to start off with the tips. We'll just start with tip number 1. I'm going to go over the glory rewards. And I'm going into this having no idea how many tips and stuff I'm going to be doing, so we'll just see how long this video goes. So yeah, so you get this thing called glory from doing PvP battles. From there's other ways to get it, but PvP battles, you get it from chests, all this stuff. And the best thing to do with it is to never buy chests with it, because look, if you go to buy glory keys for 10 chests, it's 200 glory. Instead of getting 10 chests for 200 glory, you can go over here and you can get every week when they release a troop or like highlight a troop, whatever, you can always just buy it straight up. And so this week you can buy 3 Wall of Bones. I talked about this in my last video, but 3 Wall of Bones, you get these trait stones, which is really good, because especially these the Arcane Death trait stone, you always get like one of the harder ones to get. You'll get gold, and you'll get some glory keys out of it. So it's always a good investment. You know exactly what you're getting, and then you get just a little extra stuff from it. So we'll just open our chests up here. Maybe we get something cool. No, not really. Okay, so that's tip number 1, is how to spend your glory wisely. I'll just go with tip number 2, is always check out the events. So this week, bonus souls. If you use the Wall of Bones and Explore, you get 40 bonus souls. So that's something. I'll go over a deck that I have real quick, that I made just for this. And then there's always something like this where you get points for doing a certain thing. So this week it's killing purple troops in PvP and Explore. So once you get up to 300, see, I've gotten all of my points. I get all these rewards. But yeah, and you always need to make sure to claim your rewards. Don't forget about it, because if you forget about it, I don't think you get it if it like expires. Every week there's new rewards, all that kind of stuff. So I'll go over that deck I made right here. So I just have the Wall of Bones, and then I have 3 troops. So with the Wall of Bones giving you bonus souls, you're going to want to make a deck that gives you some souls as well. So, because it's really good for soul farming. So you gain 7 souls. This is the Valkyrie. There's much better troops for this, but this is just the first one that I have that's like up all the way and that actually works in this deck. The Warlock, here's another tip for you guys. Always look for troops with this Necromancy trait. It always gives you bonus souls. So the max is 40 normally, but when you use this, you can get up to 60 souls a game. And then those stack. So there's ones that have like 100% or whatever, and those stack as well. And then I just have this guy for the Necromancy trait, and then I have my Behemoth, which just does a bunch of damage to all their troops at once and clears gems. So yeah, that's we'll just go into the next tip. I don't even know what tip I'm on right now, but so we're just going to stop naming them. But with deck building, especially in early game, your hero's always going to want to, you're always going to want to have him in your deck. Because, see, my guy has 47 health here and 19 damage. He is by far my best troop. I don't have it in my the Wall of Bones deck, because this just isn't really that good for like Explore, unless I'm trying to like go through it really fast, which I wasn't necessarily. I was just trying to get souls. So yeah, so here's my hero. And so another tip is this 3rd slot right here that my Ranger is in is always a great slot for your like one of your most important troops that doesn't have a lot of health or whatever, because the 3rd slot is the safest slot, because obviously there's direct damage to the front. There's a lot of troops that do direct damage to the front. There's some troops that do direct damage to the back. If you guys saw my Rockworm video, that's all that they do, is they just attack from the back and kill their way to the top. But so there's not that many troops that attack from the back, so it's always good to put your weakest troop or whatever, your carry whatever, right here. And then I have my Behemoth in the back because he has a crap ton of health, 42. So that it's really good to have him back here because, you know, you always want to have a back tank as well. So have a front tank, which will usually be your hero in the beginning, and then a back tank Behemoth. Next tip is in your decks, always try to have a soul farming person, someone that can give you souls, like the Valkyrie here, and give you 7 souls every time I cast it. So souls are going to be very important. As you see, I have stacked up 7,000 souls here, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that much, but when I start leveling up my troops, I'm going to have souls that I can use to upgrade them. Right now, I just don't have... I have to keep getting chests and all that stuff so I can start ascending my troops, but for right now, I'm just stacking up my souls, so then when I need to make a new deck or whatever, I have those souls, and getting souls in your team is always a good idea. Another little tip is make sure you pay attention to your banners here. You see, all these banners give you bonuses. I didn't know this when I made my first account. I just had the generic brown and blue on all of them, and I did not realize that it will make a difference. So depending on your deck, this might not even be the best banner for this deck, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. So the way to get banners is to buy kingdom. So as soon as you buy a kingdom, you get the banner. So you don't have to complete the quest, you don't have to do anything. You just get the banner from buying the kingdom. So it's a pretty good idea to spend a good amount of gold on banners because you're going to make a lot of different kind of decks. As you see, I have up to 12 team slots right now, and I still have more to unlock. So they give you a lot of decks you can make, which is really nice, so you don't have to like go back and delete a bunch of them. And yeah, so having banners is always a good idea because you're going to make a lot of different decks for different things, different events, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so here's just a little tip for you. This ranger right here is always a good early game troop. Hold on, it's like a lava something. Oh, maybe not. I can't remember what it's called. There's some troops early game that are really good to have, that just do a lot of damage from the start. I would go over a bunch of them, but I mean, it's kind of just based on RNG and your luck of what you get. So yeah, I can't find the one I'm looking for. I don't have it in this deck. I had it on my second account I made because it was really good. But yeah, I don't have it, which is a bummer. So just a little tip for you guys. Always pay attention to what kind of troops you have. Like right here, it's a goblin and a rogue. Building your decks around like having all 4 goblins can be good, especially when you send your troops. Because a lot of them have, if you have, like, with goblins, it'll be like every goblin gets +2 health or +2 attack or, you know, whatever. So that's always a really good thing to just be aware of. You can build decks around just having all of the same troop. Here's another really good troop early game. I don't have her traded or anything, upgraded. But you level this girl up. I'm actually going to make a deck around her probably after this video ends. So for every armor, you deal an extra 2 damage. That's what that boost ratio times 2 is. I thought that meant that times it by 2 for every armor she had. That would be ridiculous. No, it's just it adds 2, so that's a little something to also be aware of. So yeah. Let's see. We'll go ahead and go into PvP tips. So in PvP, it is always a good idea as soon as the week resets to get to level 1 as soon as possible, or rank 1. And getting to rank 1, like when I first heard that that's a good idea, I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm going to be going against people that are way better than me. But that's not the way that the PvP works. As you see, you get 3 choices. The one on the far left is always a really, like, a choice that you should be able to beat. The middle one, at least in early game, what I'm talking about here, the middle one will be one that you should always be able to beat, even in late game, you know, whatever. The middle one's going to be a little bit harder, and then the one on the far right's like a real challenge. Once you get really far into the game, you'll always be attacking far right. But right now, it's kind of, I'm doing middle, mostly far left, middle, you know. And so your rank doesn't really determine who you play against. It determines your rewards. So once you get all the way to rank 1, as you see, I'm at rank 1 right now, you get all of these. As you start to level up, you'll get all of these things. So you get, let's see, 10, I'm not even going to count it out, but you get a bunch of glory keys. You get a bunch of glory, you get a bunch of souls, gold. It's always a good idea. And then every day you'll get rewarded through the mail for that rank you have. And so checking the mail is always a good idea too. I mean, that's a pretty obvious one. Some of these tips are pretty obvious, but it's some things that players don't know. So here's another little tip. These show mana, spell/mana details, is if you see when I go into my troops, some of you may not have this. You see right here, it says, like right here, it says 10 mana required. If you don't have that checked, there won't be a number, and so it'll just kind of like fill up as you go, and that can be very confusing for beginning players, obviously, because you're like, I don't know how far I am, all this stuff. So yeah, here's another tip for your hero, your class. It's always a good idea to make sure you're aware of what class you are. So I have Orb Weaver up all the way. I have Warlord not leveled up, but I have them. Once you get 250 wins, you get a special weapon for it. So you see I got the spider totem right here. Once you level it up all the way, you get that weapon, you get a little bonus stuff, and then leveling up your class is always a good idea. You see, like right here, I'm level 20. I already have it maxed out, but getting it leveled up is going to be extremely helpful in early game because that levels up your troop, your hero in game. So you might be going against people and you're like, I don't understand how their heroes are doing like 18 damage and stuff. Well, that's because they have their classes upgraded, which is something that they don't really explain to you. And then you can always get traits. So a little tip here is with the archer class, it is extremely good for every time you do skull damage. Every time, 50% chance to just kill it straight up, which is insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. I obviously don't have it traded all the way. I was going to do some trait stone farming, actually, which was a plan, so I can actually get that. It's going to be extremely helpful. Something great, So yeah, we're going to keep going here. When you level up your hero, you'll see... here, we'll go back into this menu here. You'll see that you get to choose between like green, red, all these colors. And it's always a good... I mean, you can choose whether or not to go all in on like a couple colors like red and blue and stuff. For me, for my Rockworm deck, that's what I started to do. So I started to have a higher like percentage, and for every time you choose one of these, it gives you a small % chance increase to gain a mana surge, which is when on like any match you get extra mana for it. So that's a very good thing to have. Picking armor is always a good idea. So in what you want to do, if you're playing free to play, you're gonna want to save up for dragon armor or celestial armor. It is highly recommended you choose dragon armor. Gold's going to be much more important than souls, but eventually, I'd suggest getting the dragon armor first, and then you can go and get the celestial armor after you've saved up 500 more gems. But what I did is I just spent 50 gems to get just a base plus 50% gold, which is helping me level up my kingdoms and everything. It really makes a difference over time. If you want to pay, you can get this Death Knight armor. You get, as you see, you get all these keys. You get 100% bonus to everything, which is really nice. You get gems. You get VIP points, which VIP points is based on how much money you spend in the game. You'll get VIP tiers, and then you'll get bonus gold, bonus everything per day. When you buy gems and stuff, you'll get bonus gems. Just a bunch of like rewards, which is something that's really nice with this game. Is it's free to play, but if you want to pay, you get more benefits than you would think. So you get with your VIP tiers, you see, as you start to level up, you get XP bonuses, and you'll start to unlock all this stuff. On one of my accounts, I was VIP tier like 4 or 5, I think, and it's a good investment, honestly. It's a good idea before you go spend anything to go check out how much money it would cost to get to the certain VIP tier that you want. Obviously, as you get higher tiers, it takes more money and stuff. So, yeah. Little tip for you guys: the games here, Treasure Hunt is always a great little mini game to do. If you're running low on resources, you're gonna start racking up maps. I probably don't have that many because I've been using them. I have 19 treasure maps. So over time, you'll start to rack them up, and I don't know how many gem falls it is in a row, but like when you like make a match and then more gems fall and then you get that match, like three yellows fall and then 3 blues and then 3 red, like once that happens a certain amount of times, you get a treasure map just automatically. Or a very good idea is to, as soon as possible, get Zolkari, do all the quests for it, because that should be like, other than Broken Spire, should be like the first thing you do, because you get this Tyree and destroy 12 gems of a chosen color, gain 5 gold, with a 20% chance to also gain a treasure map. So treasure map farming is always a good thing, especially early game when you need a lot of resources. On my second account that I made, that's basically all I did. I farmed treasure maps and got a bunch of resources, and within like 2 days I had enough gems to buy the dragon armor, and yeah, so that helped me out a lot. I don't really play on that account very much because it's on my Xbox, but once I get capture card and computer and stuff, I'll probably show you guys some things on that, because I got a lot of resources on that and that kind of stuff. So kingdom bonuses here, you see how I have +3 magic, and then over here I have +1 attack, but +3 magic, that is because, see, Zolkari, Karakoth, and then over here we have Silverglade, they're all upgraded to level 10. So when you upgrade your kingdoms, it costs a lot of gold. So there can be better things to spend your gold on, but once you upgrade them all the way to level 10, on certain ones you get a skill bonus of magic. So for all your troops, you'll get +1 magic. So you do like +1 more damage with certain stuff, you'll gain +1 more souls, that kind of stuff, which is really nice. And if magic isn't what you're looking for, if you're looking to gain more health, gain more damage, whatever, like if you look at all the way right, you see this gives you extra health. Some of these will give you extra damage, yeah, like this one right here. So I would highly suggest going for magic before anything else, because that's going to help you out the most. But of course you can go any way that you would like. For farming treasure maps, I know I'm getting sidetracked here a lot. The best challenge to do treasure maps on is this stone wall right here. As you see, I haven't farmed treasure maps that much, but you do stone wall because the first troop is a gate. I don't remember which one. it's one of those troops that has a lot of health but doesn't do any damage. So it's really good for that, and doing it just on normal difficulty is going to make you able to farm treasure maps very easily, and then you can go ahead and go get all your loot and stuff from doing the treasure hunts, which is always very nice. It gives you, doing the treasure hunt minigame is always a good idea. Early game gives you gold, souls, it gives you trait stones, it can give you glory, it can give you keys, it can give you gems, everything. So what's really cool about this game, guys, and why I love it so much, is because everything that you need, glory, gold, souls, gems, trait stones, everything can be farmed in the game, and it's not like you're playing it and you're like, Jesus, you know, this is taking forever. It's like you're having fun doing it. Maybe you're farming trait stones, so you're doing explore. That's a tip. If you need trait stones, go to explore. Like, say with one of these troops, like this behemoth here, I need these trait stones. So if you go over here and you just click on the trait stone that you need, it'll give you the kingdoms that you can go for. So in Broken Spire, I can get these trait stones. So say you're just farming trait stones, you're also getting souls, you're also getting gold, you know, like there's so many cool things about this game that I think everyone would love, you know. It's got the addicting, I mean, I've said it to my friends all the time, this is the only game I've ever been legitly addicted to a point where I'm like, wow, sometimes I need to calm down. Like, I'm just playing it all the time, just thinking about it, thinking of video ideas, you know, all this stuff. It's such a great game. I mean, really, yeah. So if you guys Well, actually, here's some more tips. Join a guild as soon as possible. Your guild is going to give you many bonuses. Like over here, you see your tasks. When your guild donates a certain amount of gold to any of these things, you'll get the reward in the mail. And so, if you really need gems or something, you can donate gold to that, and then your guild, depending on the kind of guild, if you have a good guild, they'll finish it off for you, and then you'll get those rewards in the mail. And so that's why gold is also very useful. It's good for kingdoms. It's good for guilds. So you really need to join a guild, and always remember to claim your seals. As you see, I have 1,500 out of 1,500 seals collected for this week. You see all these guild seal tasks. Anytime you do any of these things, you get seals for it, and you claim those seals, and then you can go use them to buy chests. And these guild chests are actually pretty good. You see, they're level 3 chests. They're pretty good. This is all the stuff you can get out of it. I mean, being in a guild is so helpful. And then you always got people to talk to, too, which is cool. It's a pretty social game, you know. You can talk to people, ask for advice. You just want to hang out, you know, just chill in the game, talk to your friends, whatever. But being in a guild is always a good idea. And then eventually you're going to want to move on from the guild that you started out in, because you're going to be... there's always going to be a better guild out there that from what you can join at the very beginning. So you'll get more rewards and that kind of stuff. One of my last tips that I can think of is to do Arena. Arena is a great game mode. We'll click on it. As you see here, my Arena awards. So just for even playing the game, it costs 1,000 gold to enter. Once you get up to 3 wins, you make your gold back. And then you also get those bonus souls right there. You get some keys, get some trophies, whatever. But once you get all the way to the end, 4,000 gold, 1,200 trophies, 5 gold keys. Those souls are really what's important, because early on, soul farming is going to be really hard. And Arena is fun. It's a fun game mode. Really innovative, you know, that kind of thing. Super fun if you're getting bored of just the normal, you know, constructed decks. And so getting those bonus souls will really help you get your troops up and get you to that level where you need to be. So if you're ever starting to fall behind, just play a lot of Arena. You get a lot of souls, get a lot of keys, get gold, and then you can get your troops leveled up to that point where you want. I'm trying to think of any more tips I have for you guys. If I think of any, maybe I'll leave it in the comments or something. Maybe I'll just make another video. I feel like I'm leaving stuff out. I have to be. I mean, there's so much stuff in this game for you to learn that I tried my best here to help you guys out, but there's got to be other things. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment. You know, talk to me about the game. If you guys want me to join your guild, you guys want to, you know, whatever. You know, I'm always here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next